The atomic bomb's story begins not with an explosion, but with a letter, one that would change the course of history forever. In 1939, as the world teetered on the brink of war, a group of scientists, including the renowned Albert Einstein, warned President Franklin D. Roosevelt that Nazi Germany might be racing to develop a weapon of unimaginable destructive power. This urgent warning set in motion a secret American effort to build an atomic bomb before their adversaries could, launching a scientific and military race against time. After the attack on Pearl Harbor, the sense of urgency skyrocketed, transforming the project from a cautious investigation into a national priority. The U.S. government responded by pouring unprecedented resources into what would soon be known as the Manhattan Project, mobilizing scientists, engineers, and military leaders across the country. The Army was chosen to lead the effort, thanks to its experience managing massive, complex operations and its ability to maintain strict secrecy. The project's code name, Manhattan Engineer District, was deliberately chosen to mask its true, world-altering purpose from prying eyes. At its peak, the project would employ hundreds of thousands of people, cost billions of dollars, and span multiple secret sites, all operating under a veil of total secrecy. To succeed, the project needed two extraordinary leaders, a master of logistics to manage the vast operation, and a scientific visionary to guide the research. The partnership between General Leslie Groves and physicist J. Robert Oppenheimer would ultimately shape the dawn of the atomic age, forever altering the fate of humanity. In 1942, the Army appointed Lieutenant General Leslie Groves to lead the Manhattan Project, a top-secret effort that would change the course of history. Groves was a relentless builder, famed for completing the Pentagon ahead of schedule, a feat that showcased his drive and organizational genius. He was tough, efficient, and determined to deliver results, never shying away from making difficult decisions or demanding the impossible from his team. For scientific leadership, Groves chose J. Robert Oppenheimer, a brilliant, enigmatic physicist from Berkeley whose reputation for creative thinking was unmatched. Oppenheimer was admired for his intellect and ability to inspire, drawing together some of the brightest minds in physics and chemistry. Despite concerns about his political associations and unconventional background, Groves saw in him the ambition and genius needed for success, trusting his vision. Their partnership, Groves the builder, Oppenheimer the scientist, was a union of opposites, each bringing unique strengths to the project. Groves built the infrastructure, marshaling resources and manpower. Oppenheimer assembled the minds, fostering collaboration and innovation. They often clashed over methods and priorities, but their shared goal, to end the war, kept them focused and moving forward. Together they would drive the project forward, navigating immense scientific and logistical challenges, forging an unlikely alliance that would shape the future. Groves acted as the supreme commander, overseeing every aspect of the Manhattan Project with military precision and relentless determination. He was responsible for building the project's vast infrastructure from scratch, transforming remote locations into bustling centers of activity almost overnight. Groves selected secret sites: Oak Ridge for uranium enrichment, Hanford for plutonium production, and Los Alamos for bomb design, each chosen for its isolation and strategic value. He managed construction, security, and logistics on an unprecedented scale, coordinating thousands of workers and maintaining strict secrecy. Oppenheimer's domain was Los Alamos, the scientific heart of the project, where he recruited top scientists from across the country and forged them into a cohesive, innovative team. He fostered collaboration and debate, encouraging open exchange of ideas and creative problem-solving. Oppenheimer's leadership drove the scientific breakthroughs needed for the bomb, pushing the boundaries of physics and engineering. Groves handled the material how, the resources, the manpower, the logistics that made the project possible. Oppenheimer, meanwhile, led the theoretical and practical design, turning ideas into reality. Together they pursued two bomb designs, uranium Little Boy and plutonium Fat Man, to maximize the chances of success. The plutonium bomb's complex implosion method was a massive gamble, requiring new technology and untested theories. Their dual-track approach, blending military discipline with scientific creativity, ensured a working weapon would be ready in time for history's most consequential test. By summer 1945, the bomb's design was ready, but would it work? Groves and Oppenheimer chose a remote New Mexico desert, Trinity, for the first test. On July 16, 1945, tension ran high as scientists feared both failure and unimaginable consequences. At 5:29 a.m., the device detonated. A blinding flash lit the desert, followed by a thunderous roar and a towering mushroom cloud. The steel tower vanished, the sand below fused into green glass, trinitite. The raw power of the atom had been unleashed. The test's success brought both triumph and dread. Oppenheimer recalled, "Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds." The atomic age had begun, forever changing the world and the men who led the way. Weeks after Trinity, atomic bombs fell on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, ending World War II and ushering in the nuclear era. Groves and Oppenheimer's work sparked the Cold War arms race and the doctrine of mutually assured destruction. The Manhattan Project's legacy extended to civilian nuclear power, medicine, and technology. Groves continued his career, remembered for his engineering feat. Oppenheimer, haunted by his creation, advocated for nuclear control but faced public disgrace during the Red Scare. Their story, told in books and film, remains a cautionary tale of science's double-edged power. They gave humanity the means to destroy itself, a sobering legacy that endures. The responsibilities of knowledge and power remain as vital as ever.